In a story that spans the realms of medical adversity and the transformative power of music, a young Australian girl's journey has captivated hearts around the world. This report examines the life of Georgia, a child whose early medical struggles with progressive hearing loss have defined her existence, and the remarkable turn of events that culminated in a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with pop icon Taylor Swift. At the heart of this narrative stands Chloe, George's fiercely devoted twin sister, whose unwavering commitment not only rallied community support but also ensured that George's cherished dream would not go unfulfilled. George's story begins long before the lights of a global stage shone upon her. Born prematurely in Australia, she was thrust into the precarious environment of a neonatal intensive care unit. In those early days, surrounded by an array of medical equipment and the persistent hum of beeping machines, her survival hung in the balance. For her parents, each moment was a battle fought against the odds, a desperate hope that their child would endure for just one more night. Against these grim circumstances, Georgia managed to survive. However, the challenges that marked her earliest days were far from over. As Georgia grew, it became evident that her struggles were not confined to the walls of the hospital. Doctors soon identified a condition that would forever change her interaction with the world: bilateral inner ear loss, a progressive form of hearing impairment that promised no reversal. Despite the severity of her diagnosis, Georgia's response was anything but one of despair. Even as she began wearing hearing aids by the age of 10, her disposition remained marked by an infectious smile, a joyful laugh, and an unyielding passion for music. Her love for melody was not merely a pastime, it was a vital part of her identity, one that found a perfect expression in her admiration for Taylor Swift. While other children might have taken to dance and revelry, Georgia absorbed every lyric with the reverence of one guarding a precious secret, aware that each word was a treasure that helped sustain her spirit. The progression of Georgia's condition was both gradual and relentless. Doctors warned that the deterioration of her hearing was accelerating, an ominous countdown that left her facing the prospect of total deafness. In a moment of stark clarity, as she sat quietly and stared at the floor, Georgia's whispered admission revealed the depth of her fear, the thought that she would soon be unable to hear Taylor Swift sing. It was not merely the loss of sound that terrified her, but the imminent silence that threatened to strip away the very joy and identity she had built around music. In the face of such overwhelming challenges, Chloe emerged as a figure of resolute determination. Unlike her gentle and soft-spoken twin, Chloe embodied a fiercely protective spirit. When she learned of the gravity of Georgia's situation, Chloe's reaction was swift and decisive. With a profound understanding of how much Taylor Swift meant to her sister, she set out to capture the public's attention through a simple yet poignant gesture, a Facebook post. Accompanied by a photograph of Georgia and an earnest message explaining her sister's plight and unfulfilled dream, Chloe's post struck a deep chord with the online community. What began as a small act of sisterly love soon spread rapidly across social networks, gathering support from friends, acquaintances, and eventually thousands of strangers who resonated with the story. The ripple effect of Chloe's heartfelt post did not go unnoticed. Far away in Sydney, the team at Nova 96.9 radio station came across the story and immediately recognized its potential for a broader human interest narrative. Instead of simply reporting on the tragic news, the station resolved to act, turning a social media plea into a full-scale effort to change a life. Through a series of discreet phone calls and meticulous scheduling, the station orchestrated an extraordinary plan. They arranged for Georgia and Chloe to experience a night that promised not only to fulfill a cherished dream but also to offer a temporary reprieve from the relentless progression of her hearing loss. In a turn of events that mirrored the best of VIP treatment, the sisters found themselves greeted by a sleek black car at their doorstep. Enveloped in the mystery of two envelopes bearing their names, they soon discovered that an entire team had been mobilized to ensure that the forthcoming experience was nothing short of magical. The transformation began at a salon, where professional stylists attended to every detail, from hair and makeup to the careful selection of new dresses and accessories. For a few precious hours, Georgia was able to cast aside the shadow of her medical condition and embrace the glamour and confidence befitting a young star. Yet, the night held even more surprises than mere pampering. As the limousine pulled up to the concert venue, an attendant wearing a headset met them at the gate, inviting them to follow. In hushed tones, the attendant disclosed that someone very special was waiting to meet Georgia. With her heart racing and hand tightly clasping Chloe's, Georgia approached a backstage door that concealed an unexpected revelation. As the door slowly opened, there stood Taylor Swift, a figure who, despite her global celebrity status, exuded an approachable warmth and familiarity. Dressed casually and with a gentle smile, Taylor Swift greeted Georgia with a quiet hi, words that resonated with sincerity and deep empathy. In that singular, unforgettable moment, Taylor's embrace transcended the boundaries of a fan encounter. It was an affirmation of understanding and solidarity. Taylor confided that she had followed Georgia's story and was determined to ensure that the young girl would have the opportunity to experience her music live. What followed was a brief, heartfelt interaction in which Taylor shared signed memorabilia, photos, and hugs, tokens of an encounter that would forever alter the course of Georgia's life. The ensuing concert was an experience that defied the limitations imposed by Georgia's failing hearing. Seated in the front row, she was no longer defined by her condition. For one night, she was transformed into a beacon of hope and resilience. The music enveloped her, each lyric and note a powerful reminder of her ability to find joy in even the most challenging circumstances. As the final chords echoed and the stage lights dimmed, it was clear that the impact of that evening would reverberate far beyond the confines of the concert hall. Despite the ongoing deterioration of her hearing in the months that followed, Georgia's spirit remained unbroken. Every song she sang, every lyric she repeated, served as a defiant act of reclaiming the sound that had once seemed destined to fade into silence. In conclusion, Georgia's story is not merely a chronicle of medical struggle, it is an investigative portrait of how community support, media intervention, and personal determination can coalesce to create a transformative human experience. The night that Taylor Swift met Georgia was more than an exclusive backstage encounter. It was a poignant reminder of the profound impact that genuine care and compassion can have on an individual's life. Georgia's continued smile and the memory of that miraculous night stand as enduring testaments to the strength of the human spirit. Through this investigative report, we have sought to present an objective analysis of the events that unfolded, demonstrating how one act of kindness can echo throughout a lifetime. In the realm of adversity, the power of music and the solidarity of a caring community provided a moment of escape from inevitable silence, a moment that, for Georgia, was nothing short of miraculous. In conclusion, Georgia's journey serves as a compelling reminder of how compassion and community can illuminate even the darkest challenges. Her story, marked by early medical adversity and the gradual loss of a cherished sense, underscores the transformative power of music and human connection. The events surrounding that unforgettable evening not only provided a temporary escape from impending silence but also reinforced a timeless truth: hope can be kindled in the unlikeliest of moments. As we reflect on this narrative, it is clear that acts of empathy and solidarity have the potential to create enduring change. This investigation into Georgia's experience leaves us with a resonant message that amidst life's most daunting obstacles, the human spirit can rise, and sometimes, the kindness of others becomes the light that guides us forward.